Hi, I'm Dave Smith with Officer.com, and today I want to talk to you about presumed compliance. You know, this is a terminology that's popped up the last few years, and I think it's really important to understand what it means. It's not just the fact that you expect somebody to be compliant, to be yes people. It's a real problem because you begin now to presume everybody's a yes person. Presumed compliance is the kind of thing you get used to telling somebody to turn around, you're going to cuff them. And I want you to remember this. Number one point of fight and conflict is first touch with your cuff. Yet how many times do you see officers doing lackadaisical or no technique in cuffing and end up in a fist fight, end up in a life and death struggle over their firearm, end up seeing the handcuffs in the hands of the bad guy. And this is the kind of thing that presumed compliance creates, a vulnerability in you. And I want you to understand, I'm not going to talk about other officers, I'm going to talk about you. Too often we say, well, you know, I heard about this and everybody should do this. Well, if you're expecting everybody to do it, that means nobody's going to do it. You've got to do it. You've got to be prepared for non-compliance. You've got to be prepared for no people. And the way that is number one, I want you to keep coming on Officer.com and looking at the videos, reading the articles, constantly preparing your rational mind for this, okay? Because we're going to divide our brain into two components, the emotional component and the rational component. So I want you to always think rationally, how could this person assault me? What could happen here? Not being paranoid of them, not being afraid of them, but be prepared for them. Do you properly blade your body? When you get closer to individuals, do you bring your hands up in a position so you can shorten your movement arm in defense? Because you don't know, the bad guy gets a third of a second. Whoever initiates the action has a third of a second. So that's why we get ourselves, so we shorten the movement time in order to do a defensive move or move in and do a control move. What presumed compliance does two really bad things. First off, it really slows down our reaction time because we're not in recognition mode. We're not processing. Where, you know, a lot of people talk about the OODA loop. Well, if you're not in observation mode, there is no the loop is a straight line. It doesn't lead to any action at all. But also, I want you to have the mindset, again, that everybody can turn into a no person for whatever reason in any given instant. And not living in fear, but living prepared. So by saying to yourself, all right, why would this person do this? What would this person do? How would they attack me in this moment? You're ready to go. I remember talking years ago to an investigator in Los Angeles who dealt specifically with gangs all the time. And he said to me, you know, the thing is that they were very compliant. When the officers would get out of their vehicles, the special gang unit, the gangbangers would go totally compliant. He said to keep himself from becoming lackadaisical, to keep himself from lowering his guard, he kept thinking, is if this guy tried to kill me right this second, what would I do? How would I win? By constantly doing these little mind games, that little what-ifing has made all the difference in the world. And what-ifing has saved so many cops' lives. So that's what I want you to do, is constantly what-if when you're dealing with individuals. Remember, presumed compliance gets us hurt. So be presumed conflict, all right? Just be cocked and locked in your mind. Not afraid, but prepared. I'm Dave Smith, and I'll talk to you again.